Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Have you seen this one yet? It's like another version of Mr. Plow. This is serious today, okay? No kidding around. It's the KPZ-7. Interesting skin. Bewegum. KPZ-7, driven by WarGaming's 22,000th, 367th biggest customer. How does this thing perform? He got himself one. He collected all the resources, and he got himself one of these. How do they work? Let me know in the comment section if you got one. It looks really cool. I love the way German tanks look, but can it perform? Full tier 10 game. Let's see. Is this game becoming more get the special tank and you will be you'll be better? Are all the special tanks better than the tech tree tanks now? Well, let's see. It's a nice little shot he took there. A German tank that can go hull down with and thanks for knocking down the bush. A German tank that can go hull down. That looks like it has very good gun handling and fast reload. It's almost weird. Can it go through the front of the... oh, no, that was a little too high. He's snapping his shots quickly so that he's not exposed for a long time. Deutschlandstrafe. And he bounced 750. That's He's being coy, right? He knows that if he pokes out too far, he'll get hit. And so, very smart. Now look at the turret. I don't see a lot of cupola over there. I'm not sure exactly how strong it is, but he's done a little relocating here. He's got gun depression. And he tried to hit the little thing. The guy's playing... it's more important for him not to receive damage than to do damage. Shells are just fire. You got lots of shells. And he's prioritizing, not like this Type 71 is prioritizing taking damage as opposed to doing damage. You see that? And learn something here, guys. Learn from his gameplay and his platoon mate. His platoon mate is prioritizing trying to die. And this guy's prioritizing trying to not receive damage. There's a big difference. Oh, missed that. Just stay exposed for as little amount of time as possible. Even if you might miss, you'll get another chance, right? Don't move out farther to try and get the 100% shot on the hull. Just, snap it and pull back. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Some people like to expose themselves and some don't. And so far he's taken no damage. And this thing... Oh. You see what I'm saying, guys? You see what you follow me? You feel me? And now there's some people pushing him. So be careful. This gun seems why are you pushing him? His own platoon mate is pushing him. His platoon mate saying, I took a hit for you. Why don't you take a hit for me? Well, no, that's not how you win. You don't win by taking a hit for someone. You win by hitting the enemy. This thing looks massively powerful, guys. It looks like really good. I guess that's the new reality in World of Tanks, is these not reward, but these special tanks. You're going to see more and more and more and more. I did a video probably 4 years ago talking about how they're eventually going to have tier 9 and 10 premium tanks. And how the game, because the game is saturated with tier 8 premium tanks. And they reached the level where you can't possibly keep making the new tier 8 premium tank more and more powerful because it'll start encroaching on the tier 9s and 10s. I said eventually you're going to be buying tier 9 and 10 premium tanks. And I was slightly wrong in my analysis. WarGaming was a little bit more clever than that. But now you can get tier 9 and 10 special tanks, and you don't have to like spend money. But you have to be a dedicated player. And you have to allocate resources, which you only have a chance of accumulating them if you spend money. And come on, guys, don't argue with me. You understand this. And his teammate wanted him to take that 361 damage and die. You got a very good platoon mate there, buddy. Your platoon mate was really instrumental in helping you. It gives you a little nudge. Take that 371 hit for me so that I can pull out and die. Oh! And the death shit barn, the FV4005, pulls around the corner, and this guy's little sphincter was going, a little poopy stain came out in his pants when he saw that. And the Muppet had an AP shell loaded. Instead of a HESH shell, if he pulled out from there and shot this guy in the side with a HESH shell, this tank would be, poof, vaporized. FV, you're playing the shit barn. Okay? You're playing the shit barn. Use HESH. Here's what is it called? I got distracted there. In the shit barn, it just can't reverse. It just cannot reverse, can it? It's just trying to reverse, but it can't. Is it reloaded by now? It doesn't matter. But so I was slightly wrong there. You don't, in my assessment, but there are tier 9 and 10 tanks now that are going to dominate the game, and there are going to be more and more and more and more of these. That's the typical progression of the game. Again, mark my words, I'm going to make another prediction now for 3 or 4 years from now. Because let's be honest, the game is going to slowly be infested by these special tanks that are all amazing, basically. Tier 9 and 10. And reward tanks and stuff. Special tanks and reward tanks. Let's face it, you have to have a premium account or probably World of Tanks Plus or spend money to or play a extreme amount. Even if you don't have a premium account, you have no hope of ever getting one of these unless you play for years and years. Now, you know what I'm saying, right? It's the indirect way of spending, but you have to do it. So the game is... I was right in that the game will eventually have tier 9s and 10s. Special... I said premium tanks, but I was wrong. This is what you got. And I'm going to make a new prediction that in 2 or 3 or 4 years, when these start saturating tier 9 and 10, there will be like a quote-unquote tier 11 special or reward or something that you'll have to pay for. That'll be better than anything, and it won't be officially a tier 11. You know, there won't be an 11 beside it. What the hell did the Grillet? The Grillet just killed the leopard, and the Grillet is dead. Hoo-ha! So, is this thing worth it? Obviously it is. It's fantastic, right? And WarGaming's not going to introduce new tier 9 and 10 tanks designed to suck all your resources away from you if they're no good, right? They have to be good. And I mean, look at this thing. It's an incredible game with 10,239 damage, and you know, it only cost them 130,000 or so for ammunition. So with a regular account, this is a loss of credits, right? You have to have you know what I'm saying, right? You have to spend money in the game indirectly to even have a chance of accumulating the credits and the resources to get one of these, right? And so he's a good boy. He pays WarGaming, has a premium account, and he eked out one of the best games ever played in World of Tanks, and he made 20,000 credits. So what do I mean by my comment about tier quote unquote 11? I don't mean that they're going to add a tier, although they might. I mean that once the game gets saturated with the tier 9 special tanks and the bar has been raised even more, then there'll be, I guess it'll be tier 10 plus, let's say that. There'll be some absolutely amazing tier 10s, special tanks introduced in some way that will rival the Object 279E and the Chieftain, that you'll only be able to get if you... They'll have a formula that'll cost you the equivalent of 50 million credits or something, right? So that'll take you... They'll do a conversion it'll equate to the equivalent of $1,000 of spending. The equivalency in bonds and credits and this and that. And the only way you'll be able to accumulate that stuff is if you kind of commit the equivalent of $1,000 of energy into the game. You can easily do it if you just spend the $1,000 and buy the gold, convert and stuff. But you know what I'm saying, right? And the reward will be, they'll have to raise the bar a little bit more. And that's the way it goes. I mean, it's like the economy. It's got to keep growing, I guess, or like a shark. Is it like a shark? The shark has to keep swimming. Because if the shark doesn't keep swimming, it dies, right? And if you don't introduce new stuff that's bigger and faster and better into the game, right? And it becomes stagnant, and people lose interest because there's nothing to strive for, then what you got, what you'll end up with is a dead shark. So on the one hand, you have to do it. On the other hand, it really leaves some of the not as serious players. It leaves them in the dust. It just can you shoot this guy? There's an ELC. Where is he? Where's this little guy? A little lower. There you go. Stupid little cockroach. That's my little analysis. It's just I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I think it's the way it has to be. Right? Like for instance, if you're talking about cars, are you going to buy a car that's a little bit slower and not as nice and doesn't have as much technology and gets worse gas mileage and it doesn't go as fast, and you're going to trade in your old one to get one of those? You know, maybe the government will want you to, but you're not going to do it, right? Whenever you're ready to buy your next car, you probably want one that's just as nice or nicer than the one you used to have, I guess. I mean, unless you're on hard timing, they cost a lot of money. So if you're having, if you're broke, no, you're gonna go buy a used junker. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, as an industry, a car company's not gonna introduce a new model that it's worse in every way. It's average in every way. Like we've made this Ford as average as all the previous Fords we've ever made. You know, no one would be stupid enough to do that, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's exactly what Ford does. Their new Fords are always as useless and pathetic as the old Fords. So, what do you know? What do I know? Maybe in America that works. For some American car companies, that works, I guess. Everyone likes the Ford F-150 pickup, so hey, how about we'll make a Ford F-150 electric pickup. That'll be a big seller. It'll underperform the regular F-150 in every way. So I'm wrong, guys, I'm wrong. I guess what I'm saying is WarGaming is a smarter company than Ford. I don't know how the commentary divulged or devolved into discussion about macroeconomics. But that's what you get, okay? And yeah, Sergey, you did pretty good in your Leopard PTA. Quick game, only 3,800 damage, and he aced the tank, guys. But he did get 6 kills, and 3,800 damage, and he aced the tank. What does that mean, right? And he did it with without spending a lot of money on ammunition, I guess. I guess he was firing regular ammo. I don't know. I didn't really notice because I was... If he had not got the reward for complaining about the missions and events, the 65,000, he would have just broken even and lost money with the regular account. So, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. The key is whether you think this one here, the KPZ-07, whether that's a keeper, whether that's like a really good tank in the game now. Let me know what you guys think, okay? I'll catch you guys on the next one.